Hello children, this is Decliner. Before I start, I need to tell you that this video will have spoilers for the anime that I am reviewing. The reason why is because this anime's initial premise is later defied as a major part of the story. Obviously, this hampers discussion about the anime in fear of spoilers, but I still want to talk about this show. You have been warned. Children, today we'll be discussing Naruto. Naruto is a story about a kid named Naruto who goes to a school that teaches its students how to be ninjas. Apparently, in this world, ninja is a legitimate occupation with no chance of it ever crashing the world economy if the demand of such services ever go down. Anyways, Naruto and friends grow up into responsible adults who will blah 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 blah. You get the coming of age story, whatever. Unfortunately, that isn't what Naruto is actually about. After the first few episodes, it becomes an epic about one unique boy's journey to become the best of the best with the special powers that only he and his few specific other people have. As an anime, Naruto would be classified in the tragic action dark fantasy comedy 15th century giant monster genre. If only there were magical girls or giant robots in this anime. There are a lot of things wrong with this anime, but we have to make do with the 6 minutes we have here, so let's get through this. Now, Naruto isn't a very good anime for a lot of reasons. The tone keeps fluctuating drastically through the comically slapstick to the dramatically life-threatening scenes, with not much time or skill to transition in between them. This lets on the idea that perhaps the animators don't know what this story is supposed to be about, or what general tone this story is supposed to have. I'm going to be unfair here for a moment, but let's compare Naruto to Breaking Bad. Never does Breaking Bad have slapstick comedy. It's usually serious, and the little humor they do have in the show is dark or cynical. Okay, you know what? Let's start over with some good things to say first, and then we'll go into what went wrong. The setting takes place in a world inhabited by people with supernatural powers. These people sell themselves off as basically state-hired mercenaries in order to accomplish random tasks that stretch from the menial to the political. In fact, this market is so prominent that the majority of schools focus on this sort of practice. It's not remotely like the modern world as we see it, and doing badass feats is apparently just a part of the norm. Which is great! Anime, you have caught my interest. Also, as an afterthought, the music is sometimes good, so there's that. Now, it's time to cross off that point on our to-do list. We'll have to go on to the bad now, and some of you aren't going to like this. Naruto is a typical shonen anime lead who's overconfident about his abilities and must become someone who is stronger than anybody who pisses him off. His courage is matched by no one, and he will overcome any obstacle in his way. Later on, Naruto learns that he has secret special powers that only a few select people have, and he must learn to control his powers to help his people and defeat the enemies that lie ahead. The type of stupidly brave character that solves problems by punching the problem in the face no matter what, even if it's a nuke, is kind of boring. This character so far doesn't really grow outside of the trampling through everything cause that works mindset, because reasons. Sasuke is the stoic badass hero who is emotionless, and is the best of the best. This character is the last of their kind, but when confronted with anything related to this topic, it gets swept under the rug for no reason. Actually, Sasuke's only purpose is for Naruto to constantly compare his abilities to Sasuke in order to gauge his own importance to the world. Sasuke himself doesn't really have much of a character besides revolving around Naruto and having a personality that doesn't grow over the course of the series. I don't really have to explain myself over why I hate this character, right? Sakura is quite useless here, so we'll ignore her and just refer to her role as the sole feminine viewpoint of the main cast. She usually gets sidelined because she's not good enough to play around with the bad guys. Later on, she'll discover that she has a particular skill that other people can't match, so she focuses on ranking that up. On to Kakashi. He is the intelligent person of the group. He's usually the man with the plan that will turn the tide of battle, or who manages to find out a crucial piece of information in order to win a battle. He's also another badass hero that doesn't change much, and yeah, those are our main characters. There are some other people that fill out the rest of the cast, but they are negligible since most of them only exist to show the seriousness of a particular situation. There's not really much besides that. There's one problem that majorly affects the anime, and that is the pacing. There is so much padding around the story, I have to stress. This anime will test your patience. Many scenes only exist to fill the 20-minute time frame of the episode without expanding on the characters or motivations. So yes, this anime has filler. This anime is at best competent and at worst a narrative disaster. We could have had a great anime about these characters that have arcs and shite, but we wind up with a bowl of two-dimensional characters that don't really grow, or instead they have odd changes in personality that the story pretends is growth. For an example, let's just ask this simple question. Why is a certain emotionless character emotionless? Oh yes. Before I forget to mention this, let's take a moment, let's take a breath to enjoy our lives. Good? And everyone's a ninja. I mean, look at this.
What the fuck? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
I can't make this shit up. This actually happens. Because of this, there's no diversity between our characters besides which type of ninja they belong to. You might have noticed that I'm not reviewing much. That's because I had about an hour or two's worth of material that describes everything wrong, but I just don't want to spend that time thinking about this anime any longer. It would also take forever to make. Thank you, and have a nice day.